Hello, my name's Mark. Welcome to Living La Dolce Vita. Well, good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Living La Dolce Vita. Today, what's it today? For 2nd of April, I believe. Sunday, so you find us down the allotment. And today's task is to put in some second early potatoes. So as you can see, I've put in a row and a little bit of first earlies. That should be enough for my son and my needs and my son's needs. And then by which time second early should be coming then. So yeah, so finish off that row with some second earlies and then carry on putting the rest in there. Now I'm not quite sure if how far they will go, but if I've got a bit of space I may see if I can find some main crop as well, because I wasn't going to bother with main crop this year simply because last year was such a poor result, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'll be on a bit of time lapse, and hopefully later on I'll give you a quick tour of the plot as an update. Alright, see you in a bit. Bye for now. Right, okay everybody, welcome back. So I've spread some sulphate of ammonia down, and I've spaced out my tubers just over about 1.5 foot apart on the second earlies. Not quite sure if that's close enough or too far apart or whatever. Anyway, that's what I've decided. The first earlies, they recommended 12 inches apart. On the second earlies and main crop, 30 inches apart, which that seems a big gap to me, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, so I've got 15 per row, and obviously I had 30 altogether, so I wouldn't have had enough to do an extra full row. So what I've done, I've separated some of the tubers that are sprouting both ends, cut them in half, and hopefully now I'm hoping they will grow. They should be alright, and then I shall so that means I've got another 15 to do another row, and then over here somewhere will be some main crop if I can find some old seed from old potatoes last year. I got some in the sack at home. Right, so yeah, time lapse now then. See you in a bit. Bye for now. Well, hello everybody and welcome back. So you'll have seen a bit of time lapse of the potato planting, so some thoughts on that. So you will have seen me, I've given a spacing of 2 foot, well actually it looks more than 2 foot, but my feet anyway of measurement between these. But I got to here and then I thought to myself, well actually, not for this year because obviously I've already planted, so it's too late. But I'm certainly going to do it for these 2 rows. These will be main crop now. And so instead of 2 feet, I'm giving them 3 feet, a bit more, so I got more material to earth up. So that's the theory behind that. So yeah. Big help from my son, because it's a lot of work on your own. So next year I'm going to space them at a minimum of 3 feet apart, because I now know that I've got the space to do it. So I've got, as I say, I've got one row and a little bit of first earlies, 1, 2 and perhaps 2/3 of a row of second earlies, and as I say, there was an odd second earlies tuber I'll put in there, and then these will be main crops. So I'm sure, because second earlies keep a long time, similar to main crops, so I should be okay for potatoes as long as they all come. I don't know if you saw, but I'm trying a little experiment. I've planted some broad beans in amongst these tubers. Theory being they'll be like a green manure, so they'll come up. I shouldn't think it'll interfere much with the potato. And then when the plant gets reasonably strong and I know that the roots are containing some nitrogen, I'll just chop them down and away to go. Okay, so as I say, I've put some sulphate of ammonia granules. Dosage, I don't know what, something like 2 ounces per square metre, but I just busk it, to be honest. It made me so right now. What I didn't realise, I don't know if you can see. Now, I put this trowel in with a bucket of sulphate of ammonia. I had some left over, and when I came back, all the steel had gone black. And of course, it makes sense because sulphate of ammonia is, well, it's in effect urine, isn't it? It's an acid. So this had turned the steel black. So tip: don't put any steel tools in with the fertilizer. Right, let's have a quick update to the plot, shall we? So you've probably seen the bottom plot looking a little bit scruffy. I'm trying to make a decision on what I need to do down here. Still haven't come up with a foolproof plan yet. This, of course, I'll run the mower over it at some point and try and break it down a bit to cover that whole area with that sort of wood chips. Raw beans now are starting to move. A lot of these will be going to be just green manure. I haven't started on this bit yet, of course. I'm just going to work the ground as I go down. I mean, I may just leave these go to seed, because they're right at the end of the row. They're not. It's a patch that I'm not going to cultivate really, so I might just leave those. They'll go to ryegrass. The ryegrass will go to seed. Rhubarb's coming up. Fennel is coming up, and obviously I've hand weeded all these asparagus beds. This material I've got to get into. Yeah, not quite sure what to do about that. Oh yeah, I have got wood chips. Anyway, so raise a bed here and cardboard and wood chips down. Obviously broad beans are coming up now. I think, what did I decide? I think onions for these two. I think. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I could leave it for broad beans, or I could do something else. Anyway, so if you remember from a previous one, I put some broad bean seeds in here which were dark brown, and I thought, are they too old, the seed? But, and of course I marked it with this marker stick, and with the exception of one, they've come up, so I can confidently say that doesn't really matter. But obviously you don't want really old seed. Okay. So that's about it. Makes a change from the the box room refurb. Yeah, anyway. To show you, my apple tree is starting to blossom. No, I've never done it, but I think I'm gonna have to start doing a regime of spraying with some sort of tar wash. Get rid of what do they call it? Canker or whatever, yeah, something like that. So anyway, now is this? I just spotted this. Now I'm thinking that maybe. I wonder if there's any better, because I have planted. I put in some plant which had nice yellow flowers. It's not echinacea, but it's something like that. And I put them in somewhere else. I can't think where. Anyway, we'll see if it comes up. Right. I think I'll be enough for now, otherwise the film will be going too long. Hope you're all keeping okay. And just to finish off, what day did they say? It's 2nd of April today. So sadly my eldest brother died on the 31st of March. So I want to dedicate this film to him, because he was he loved his garden down in sunny West Wales. Yeah, he'd been ill for some time, so in a way it's a bit of a release, I suppose, because his life was miserable, cancer and Parkinson and stuff like that. So yeah, he couldn't do anything that he wanted to do. Right, so as I say, I dedicate this to my brother Paul. Take care everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.